Do you want to know why Jonathan Ross is not even going to be investigated for the killing of Renee Good? Here's Liz Oyer, former attorney for the Department of Justice, to explain.
There's some important news about the investigation of Renee Good's murder that is not getting the attention it deserves, so please listen and share. I'm Liz Oyer, the former pardon attorney for the Department of Justice. CBS News is reporting that the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division has refused to investigate the shooting of Renee Good by ICE agent Jonathan Ross. This is a huge deal, and here's why. The Civil Rights Division is the part of the Justice Department that is responsible for prosecuting officers who use excessive force against citizens. The Civil Rights Division actually has a special unit called the Criminal Section, whose whole purpose is to investigate and prosecute misconduct by law enforcement officers, including shootings of civilians. Lawyers from the Civil Rights Division led the federal prosecutions of the officers who killed George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others. According to its website, the Civil Rights Division vigorously investigates constitutional violations by law enforcement officers. And, quote, in every case, the ultimate goal of the criminal section is to ensure that allegations are thoroughly and fairly investigated, that acts constituting federal criminal civil rights violations are sufficiently remedied, and that the rights of victims are vindicated. But not for Renee Good. In her case, the Civil Rights Division has decided not to investigate at all. Here's what CBS News reported on January 9th, and I'm quoting. Prosecutors in the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division were told that they will not play a role in the ongoing investigation. Leadership in the Civil Rights Division informed staff in the division's criminal section that there would not be an investigation. Normally, after a high-profile incident involving a fatal shooting by an officer, attorneys from the criminal section fly out to the scene. Multiple career prosecutors offered to do so in this case, but they were told not to do so. When asked why, the Justice Department declined to comment. So who made this decision? Well, the Civil Rights Division is led by a woman named Harmeet Dillon. She is a former personal attorney for Donald Trump, as well as an election denier and a conspiracy theorist. The Senate confirmed her in April by a vote of 52 to 45. Under her leadership, the Civil Rights Division has not prosecuted any of the egregious misconduct by ICE agents that we have seen around the country.
Think about that. All the ICE videos that you've seen over the last year. The abuse of power, the assaults, the use of excessive force, the racial profiling, unlawful entry, unlawful detentions, homicides. None of these have been investigated. This fact sets a dangerous precedent. ICE agents won't fear prosecution. And as protests pick up around the country, there will be more confrontations, and they are more likely to become violent. We are now in an era where federal agents can act with impunity, and the public will have no recourse but to resist with more force. And what I fear most is that this will lead to a justification for Trump to invoke the Insurrection Act and interfere with the 2026 midterms. Remember, folks, one of the most essential qualities in a functioning democracy is that the government is accountable to itself and its citizens. Now, we know Jonathan Ross does not have absolute immunity, but what he may have is something called qualified immunity. But the only thing that will do is protect him from personal liability, which means that Renee Good's family will not be able to sue him for financial damages. However, he still can face criminal charges, and there is still hope regarding justice for Renee Good. The Minnesota Attorney General has said that there is no statute of limitations for homicide, and that the investigation into Jonathan Ross will continue. So please share this information, subscribe to our channel. You can find us on socials, but most importantly, let's let Liz Oyer tell us what we should do.
So here's what you can do. Share this information. Tell your elected reps we demand a full investigation, and tell them we want Harmeet Dillon out of DOJ.
Keep fighting. Stay safe. Thank you.